What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time you came across my channel, please consider subscribing. And again, welcome to Simply Daily. So today I want to take you through, or I want my visitors that I want to interview about motherhood. So I want them to take us through, or let's go through this together, about things that you didn't know about motherhood. So I'm going to let my visitors to introduce themselves without wasting time or further ado. All right, let's do this. So guys, as I mentioned earlier, we just want to chat or just to have a discussion about motherhood, because I've just realized that there are a lot of things that people doesn't know. Actually, women, we don't know about motherhood. So you just find yourself, boom, you're in motherhood and you have no idea. So I decided to bring two visitors, those who have experience about motherhood, their mothers in short. So without further ado, let them introduce themselves. So start with this side.
Hey, I'm Jacinta.
I'm
Carol.
Okay, so to start with Jacinta. So I hope you're a mother.
Yes.
All right. So let me ask you, what was your experience as a first timer mother, or your first time to become a mother?
Okay. Kukuwa mama sio rahisi. Mara mingi huwa watu wanajikuta amekuwa mama. So hata mimi mara ya kwanza nilijikuta kukuwa mama. Na kukuwa mama inataka a little bit ukue patient, kwa sababu ni ile kitu inaingia kama hujajipanga. Unajua ni first time ndio umepata mtoto. Na inasemekana kuzaa sio kazi, kazi ni kulea. So
Okay.
Yeah. So unajikuta kukuwa na mtoto ni kazi. Ni kazi. You have to dedicate yourself.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, what about your experience when you were pregnant? Did you have any challenges, By the way, I'm discussing about this because I've had a lot of ladies, or many ladies, young girls, talking about this, that, I'm going through ABCD, blah, blah, blah. I didn't know this. I wish someone have told me, So that's the reason to why I've decided to bring out, these my visitors to talk about it, so that at least you can learn something. So before you get pregnant, you know 1, 2, 3 about it. So what was your experience with the pregnancy? What kind of challenges did you experience that, unlike, when you're just single as a lady?
The challenges are so many.
Just to mention a few.
Yeah, niseme some mimba zingine zinakuwa na challenges, zingine hazina. So unaweza kujikuta the first pregnancy unaweza kukosa hata kujua uko na mimba. Kwa watu wengine, sio wote, kwa sababu mimba ni tofauti.
Yeah.
Zingine itakusumbua, zingine hazitakusumbua.
Okay.
So hata kama mtu anasema I wish I knew, hiyo haifai kukua hapo, kwa sababu kila mimba iko na test yake.
Okay.
Kuna venye itatoka, kuna venye itakuja, nyingine ni ya kutabika, nyingine kuumwa na kichwa, nyingine ni utakuwa tu sawa na unakuwa unakula everything. Yes.
So what you're trying to mean is every pregnancy has different experience.
Yes.
All right. So and to you, what was your experience when you were pregnant? Pregnancy time.
Okay, to start with,
Speak louder a bit.
My hormones changed. My body was now reacting differently. Especially, I didn't want to wake up in the morning.
Wow.
Secondly, I didn't want to eat. Water turned into some taste. Yeah, and also I was just could be irritated by some other people. I wouldn't want to see some people. Like there's one guy I really hated. And the time I gave birth, he was the first person to come and visit my child.
Wow.
Yeah, so basically what I say about my experience is, at first, the first trimester, I lost my taste of life. I was like, what is this? I really hated it. I was like, if this is what I should be going every time and again, then I don't think I need more children. And I decided like I'm going to have just one or.
It's like you're saying, you know, me, I'm done. When
Yeah.
I'm done with this process, I'm completely done. All
So,
right.
So really now Sia was too much for me for about 6 months.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I realized I was choosy when it came to food. After now, the second trimester, I mean the 4th month, now I chose what I wanted to eat. I could see some food on the screen TV. I would rush for it.
Oh.
So somehow it was controlling me, kinda.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Also, I was lazy. Let me say, the first those few months, I was lazy. I didn't want to do anything. So life was not really beautiful. Okay, when you feel good because you're fertile. You know, you thank God you're going to have a baby. But now the experiences are terrible. For me, they were terrible. Until after maybe the 3rd now trimester, I was now getting kind of okay. I would work, I would do ABCD. And even food now, I was consuming most of the foods around. Yeah, now that is pregnancy. Yeah,
Okay.
that is how I
So in short, you're
experienced.
saying you had some mood swings.
Yeah.
All right. That you can even feel a certain smell. You feel
Oh God,
You went to
there's a
Bombay.
soap. I will not mention it.
Uh-huh.
I hate till today.
Wow. All right. So let's get to your motherhood, you know, beginning of you, you know, as becoming a mother for your first time. So what were the challenges, you know, that you came to know about, you know, motherhood? Or what did you experience, in short? Yeah.
Okay. The challenges are so many. I'll start with now. Your life has completely changed.
What changes now?
Now you're a caregiver, a permanent caregiver to the child. Yeah, now you have these fears like, will you make it? How is it gonna be? You see, me, what I was scared of is like now I'm entitled to this child forever in our lives. That was my fear. I was so afraid, like, really, I was in a shock, like, how? There's some point I wanted, like, to return to my single life, like, to be, because I was feeling like this is too much for me. I was feeling like this was too much, because there's a human being, a small human being who is there, just looking upon me. But gradually, as God is made us, I started turning my mood down. I started now seeing a vulnerable child whom I'm supposed to be dedicated to. I took it now positively. Thank God to my mom. I would ask her ABCD, whether we were together or not. I would just call her and tell her, should just guide me, do this, do that. And at the end of the day, the child is something beautiful. You look at it smiling, laughing at you. So there is a bond that starts growing. Yeah, so when the bond starts growing as you breastfeed the child, okay, when they're tiny, you're like, how do I hold this one? Like, you're just always scared of, maybe if you hold the baby tight, the baby will feel pain or something like that.
Okay.
So about the challenges is when the baby is old, the baby gets sicker. You have fever. Now the next thing you think is like, my baby is dying. You see.
Okay.
But now when you just rush to the hospital, when you go there, they tell you go back. The kid is okay, but the kid has fever. She's not breastfeeding. Mama is not breastfeeding. You're like, okay. They're telling me the baby is okay, but this one I see she's sick. So they tell you come after 3 days if the fever has not gone. So they give you paracetamol, painkiller, and then you're like, those 3 days you're waiting, like, when will it end? So after 3 days the baby will get well or you go back.
Okay.
So these are the challenges, especially when the baby has fever, they don't want to eat, the child may sleep too long. Like you go there and you start feeling the baby is still breathing or what. So those were some of the fears I say. Yeah, when the baby is sick, when the baby oversleeps.
Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, there's this thing that I've heard that people say that they prepare themselves to become mothers or for to get into motherhood. So on that question, I want to ask again my visitor, Carol. Did you intend to become a mother? Did you plan yourself to become a mother, or what really led to having a child?
Okay, to have my first child.
Raise up your voice a little bit.
My first child. Yes, I got. Okay, I was ready because I was asked to.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. So,
right.
But the process and all the experience, I didn't know. I just got to learn.
All right. What about you, Jacinta? Did you plan for motherhood?
No.
You didn't?
Yeah.
So, was it now a surprise? Like,
Yes.
okay, you got a child. Of course, in the 9-month period of pregnancy, you knew very well I'm going to have a child. But now having a child and you don't have any, idea, you don't have any clue at all. What was it for the first 3 months?
Okay.
The first 3 months after having a child. Now you have a child. Now, these first 3 months, what was your experience?
The experience is so big. Kwa sababu ni mara yangu ya kwanza kukuwa na mtoto. The first month nikipata mtoto, ujue sasa nilikuwa msichana, sikutarajia kukuwa na mtoto. Na nikastuka mtoto amekuja, nikabeba 9 months nikazaa. Sasa mimi ni mama mwenye hakujipanga kukuwa mama. So ni ngumu. Kitu ya kwanza, mtoto analia. Usiku analia, mchana analia.
Ulikuwa na idea? Yani, did you have any idea kwa nini analia? Why was the baby crying?
No, I didn't know. But kuna marafiki zangu wengine waliniambia ni nini. Inakuwa walikuwa wanasema, wananiambia mtoto kuna vitu za tumbo zina develop. So mtoto alikuwa akilia. Mtoto alikuwa analia. But kuna madawa zingine tulikuwa tunaambiwa ukienda hosi unaambiwa tumia hii dawa fulani.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, that's good. So on coming to that point of kuna dawa mtu unafaa kupatia mtoto, I'm not sure about that. That one we can leave to the doctors. But as we just want to talk about, things you didn't know about motherhood. So getting to back to you, Carol. So what changed? When you became a mother now, what changed? When you're single, you can do you. You can just decide and you just do what comes into your mind, you just do. But now you have a child here. What really changed?
Okay, what changed?
How did that change your life? How did motherhood change your life?
Now I started thinking. Every plan I made, it was always towards the baby. The baby came first. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So
what about
also the company? My company
changed.
Yeah, the company not so much, but the time I was spending with my girls, my friends, maybe having some time now reduced. Because if I want to go there, I'll go there, but my mind is back with the child. So I'd rather go with my baby or not go. So I started living life through the perception of I am a mother and this living being needs me all the time.
Okay.
So that's how it changed.
All right. What about you, Jacinta? When you became a mother, how did that change your life? How did that change your life? Because people just really don't know. So maybe you can just mention 1, 2, 3 things that change that somebody else out there should expect. When I become a mother, 1, 2, 3, or I should expect some changes. Or your life was just okay the way you were when you were single?
maisha yangu venye ilichange nikakuwa mama. Lazima vitu zingine una drop. Inajidrop tu yenyewe kwa sababu saa yenye umepata mtoto sasa uko busy. Ujue sasa kama ulikuwa msichana kuna group ya hiyo wasichana. Sasa una drop umekuwa mama kwa sababu mtoto analia, mtoto ni mgonjwa, wale watu wanaenda out, hakuna venye utabebana na mtoto mdogo unaenda out. Haita make sense. So hata utakuwa unawasumbua kwa sababu sasa wewe ni mama na wale ni wasichana. So everything changes. Yeah. Everything. Kama ulikuwa unaenda kazi, hiyo kazi lazima kuna venye kama ni kazi ya kuajiriwa maybe utapewa off ukae kwa nyumba na mtoto. So unapata kila kitu imechange. Iwe wewe ni mama ama msichana, utakubali hiyo change.
Okay.
Yes.
So do you want to mean, this is kind of private, but do you want to mean that you can answer if you're comfortable? Do you want to mean that things changes from the bedroom? Because that's what I've had, you know, some complaints from vijana that things change from mama in the bedroom, you know. That's the complaint I've had. But I don't know whether you're comfortable to answer that. Because as a new mother, you know, you've gone through some contractions and blah, blah, blah. So what about the other side of Victoria? I can call it that way.
Okay. Whether you like it or not,
yeah,
things zina change. Hata kwa bedroom zita change. Kwa
Okay.
sababu huyu mdogo sasa anakuhitaji zaidi. Ile kushinda ile mtoto mkubwa. So lazima utategemea huyu yeah. Huyo baba ni mtoto mdogo. Kwa sababu mtoto mkubwa. Kwa sababu yeye pia unajua
time yake.
Yes, usipochukua huyo baba kama mtoto, hamtasikizana. So huyu mtoto mdogo anakuhitaji. So things
Mtoto, so are you trying to say that kuna sasa baba ni mtoto? Sorry, I can't even finish the sentence. The husband now, in short, the husband becomes the first child and your child now becomes the second child. So it's like you have two children at a go?
yes. And
Wow,
it
that's
will
difficult.
and it will remain like that. Utakuwa na huyu
For the rest
baba
of your life?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. And what about you?
Let me first finish.
You shy?
Oh, I'm not
She's
shy.
to
No,
talk
I'm not
about
shy.
it or what?
I was laughing at the point that she says the husband is mtoto mkubwa.
Yes.
Forever in life.
Forever
Yes.
in life.
Okay. No, okay. I have a different perception.
Okay.
Yeah. You see, in the African setup or tradition, women are set to take men as children. But when I come to the perception of God, God talks about men as heads. Meaning, a head has to stand out first.
Okay.
Then the body comes after. Meaning the parent comes first than the child. So if we take a perception of men as children, I'm sorry to discuss about it deeper. If we talk about men as children, that is how they are going to carry themselves. So I'm
Okay.
here to tell men, your heads, you're not children. The fact that we are trying to say you're children is because we were brought up like men should be treated as children, but because a child is tender, is really a man tender who should go out there and work for the family and bring food and hustle for the family? No. It's only that women, we are mothers, so many times we want to, everyone around us, we want to treat them like children tenderly. So men, it is the tradition of maybe Africa, I don't know, that made women to treat men or to call men as children. But men, please, you're not children, you're the heads who should be thinking deeper and further and deeply for the family. So if we are calling you children, it's not that you're children. We are only treating you tenderly because we want peace in the house. And so if we treat you like children, a lot of conflict, we are going to avoid it in the family. So that is it. And so I come back to the question asked.
It looks like
A
share
point
the
of
point.
clarification.
Yeah.
Okay. Nilikuwa namaanisha hivi, si kusema men ni watoto,
And I
but
kiss myself,
yes,
yeah.
yes. So kitu yenye namaanisha, even if you look back at home at your mother and your father, mnakuwa watoto, inafika wakati nyinyi wote mmeenda, so huyo mama yako na baba yako wamebaki. So hiyo ndio kwa maana tunasema maybe I'm a little bit older than you. So hiyo ndio kwa maana nasema ukiangalia vizuri utapata huyo bwana ndiye atabaki kukua mtoto wa huyo mama. Watabaki wawili, even you utabaki hivyo. Yes.
Okay. And guys, we have more topics like this, coming up on this channel. And just today, because of time, I just want us to conclude it from that point. And please don't miss to watch part 2, because now part 2 we will get a little bit deeper, so that we can prepare the young girls out there who are, want to become mothers. All right, and thank you for watching, and see you on my next video, part 2 of this actually.